a party satisfaction is something that will put you in a bind, especially if you're a property manager to the owner. Now, in our court, we have 5 courts in Collin County, and here again, the eviction must be done in the precinct in which the property resides. We can send you the email, and we're trying to go paperless. We do have e-filing in Texas now, but it would not benefit the landlords. But you can contact our court, and our clerk will mail you or email a form, the eviction form. You may fill it out in your office, your home, and have it notarized, scan it back to us, fax it back to us, and we need a credit card number. And if you will do that, it's as close as we can come to e-filing with landlord-tenant relationship. So it will save you at least one trip to 920 East Park Boulevard, and especially if you come around the first of the month when taxes are due and car registrations are due, there's no place to park. So anyway, if you could do that, contact our court, and I'm sure the other 4 JPs in Collin County will do the same thing, but we do it every day. So I'm going to yield the phone to Mike back, and if you have any questions, I'll be around in a few minutes. Thank you.
Dan, since he's leaving, could you field a couple of questions before he goes?
You're going to be here for the next 10 minutes, right? Okay.
Okay.
You'll be fine. Thanks, Doug. Okay, we have a couple of questions to get us started, and then we'll open it up to the group. Question number 1. As property manager, what is the process for a leasing agent to do business with you? In other words, what is the job of the leasing agent, and what is the job of the property manager? Who wants to take it? Huh?
Go, Jared.
There you go. Well, there's a hot potato. Okay.
Well, in our company, first of all, you just show the property. We use the Texas Association of Realtors application. It's 3 pages plus 1 page for the permission to gather information. We ask that your clients fill that out, 1 for each adult that will live in the property. We have a $30 application fee, which offsets our credit reporting costs. And if you just get those things to our company, and you can get those resources off of our website, cozypm.com. Also, it's in Zen forms, but if you can go to the website, print it out, you will also be able to print out our tenant guidelines showing what the process that we use and the things that we use in order to approve tenants. If you just get that to our company, we will do the rest. That's all we need to do. Keep you informed on the progress. If we're not getting calls back from landlords or whatever, we'll let you, the agent, as well as the prospective tenant know, so that we can hopefully resolve that problem as quickly as possible and get your folks approved.
Okay. Who else? Anybody else?
As far as the JP is concerned, as a property management company or an agent, you do not have a standing to file suit in your name against a tenant. The suit must be filed in the landowner's name. Now, if you are the landowner, if you're the property manager and agent, all in one large sombrero, then you may do that. But fail not to list that in the owner's name, because that's a ground for a reversal if it goes to the county court of law. And if the tenant is there at that day and they raise the venue question and jurisdictional question, I will have to rule for the tenant. You may not file in your name; it must be filed in the landowner's name.
All right. Question number 2. As an agent, I can't sell a house that I have listed. Can I do the property management myself? And should I do the property management myself?
Hey, that's a volunteer.
Well, of course you can as a licensed realtor. You can do the property management. But do you know how to do the property management? We would prefer that you refer it out, and we, of course, will refer it right back to you if you do decide to sell. In my opinion, managing one or two would be a total, complete nightmare. 250 to 400, on the other hand, you have everything lined out. So, answer to your question, Dan, yes, you can. Do you want to? No, you don't.
Okay. That's good.
Well, if you do decide to manage a property, you probably should check, if you're not the broker in the office, you should check with your broker, because there are Harrison Issues insurance concerns. Every time your broker fills out the application to renew their E&O insurance, there's a question: how many properties do you manage? If your broker is putting 0, which many would if there's no property management in that office, then there could be a question of coverage if you have a property management concern or claim. And that's very important to the broker, and should be to you too. Also, I brought some resources, but I won't bore you with them. But just the printout of the parts of the property code that affect managed property and tenant-occupied property is 100 or so pages. The tenant-landlord relationship paper from Judon Fambro at the Texas A&M Research Center is 128 pages, and that just kind of scratches the surface. I don't think property management is rocket science. Many people, almost anyone could do it, but it does take some study. And of course, Bob Baker pointed out this morning, Article 11 of the Code of Ethics requires that any segment of the real estate business we enter into, we have to be competent in and give a certain level of service. So those are just things to consider. I agree with Jerry. You can do it. Decide how much effort you want to put into it.
Okay. Any questions from the audience?
Surprise.
Doug has one.
I
Go
have a
ahead.
question for Your Honor. How would one access the 2400 property codes? That you threw 3 or 4 numbers out there, 2403.
If you'll Google the Texas statutes, and when you go to Texas statutes, go to property code. Property code 24 as governs landlord-tenant relationship. Property code 91, 92, 93, and 94 reference commercial, mobile home, manufactured housing, agriculture, and residential. So property code 24, Google Texas statutes.
Now, I have another question. How much in the rear would a tenant have to be before one could choose to file an eviction?
Are you the property manager or the owner?
Yes.
You're paying with your money.
Yes.
Well, obviously, the lease says it's due and payable on a certain day of the month, and after that it's late. Depends on how much you want to extend them. I mean, our jurisdiction of our court is $10,000. So we can only go for $10,000. So if you're renting a property for $5,000 a month, then obviously 2 months would take it out of our jurisdiction. We would do the eviction, but the judgment would have to come from the county court of law, whose jurisdiction is $100,000. And I have property managers coming before me with $7,000 and $8,000, and I own commercial real estate. And I'm thinking, how did you get this far behind, or how did you let them go that far? Question, you must answer it for yourself. But I'm kind of greedy, because Legacy Bank calls me every month and asks for money. And so I don't let them go very far.
So 1 month would be adequate.
Oh, yeah, 1 month is certainly, if that's what the lease states.
Okay.
The policy in my office is we file by the 10th of the month. Therefore, we go to court around the 22nd. We get a 5-day for appeal, and we have them out of there by the end of the month.
Yeah, that's real typical. Most leases that we write have the rent due on the first day of the month. Late fees are due if we don't receive the rent in our hands at our office by the 3rd day. And after that, then you have late fees accruing in addition to the fact that the rent's not being paid. But at that time, you can send a late notice saying the rent's not being paid. If you don't get a response from that, you immediately send them a notice to vacate.